Hey guys, Nick Campanella here from Taylor Timepieces, and this weekend I celebrated a really nice 30th birthday for a relative of mine, and it got me thinking about watches and milestones and what might be a perfect gift. So, to me, turning 30 is a major milestone, and what better way to celebrate it than with a perfect timepiece? Whether you're buying something for yourself or for someone you love, I think this video will break down the watches that'll really mark the next chapter of your life if you're turning 20, 30, 40, but of course, specifically 30, as we just had that birthday. And I feel like we'll really talk about watches that fit your story. This isn't just about buying a watch, of course. It's about investing in a memory. To me, Taylor Timepieces is always about marking those moments, from things like those promotions to new adventures. A great watch really becomes a daily reminder of where you've been and where you're going. And this is what I think a perfect 30th birthday gift would be. So let's get into it. So I guess my first point is, why do I think a watch could be a perfect 30th birthday gift? To me, I think you're stepping into a new decade. You're more confident, more self-assured, and ready to invest in things that last. I think gone are the days of your 20s where you can't really afford much and you're finally starting to become a real adult. And to me, a watch, it's not just a present, but it's a milestone marker. What do I always say? At Taylor Timepieces, we like to mark those moments. To me, a watch is something you wear throughout your wins and your challenges and your memories, of course. So, what do I look for if I'm looking for a watch as a gift for a milestone birthday? Personally, for me, at 30, the perfect watch should hit three targets. One, it should be a style that evolves with you. You know, you're now hopefully stepped into your own self and you've kind of created your own personality at 30, where at 20, in your 20s, you're still finding yourself. Two, it's got to be durable. At 30, you've really created a life for yourself, and it's probably pretty hectic. You're creating that professionalism that a lot of people want to carve out for themselves. And three, and most importantly, at least to me, is it something that is meaningful or symbolic. I think that that's really important in watch collecting. And I think for me, the best styles are something that really fits your personality. So something like an Omega Aquaterra or a Rolex Datejust. I think those are clean and timeless and versatile for boardrooms and for the weekend. So you have this Rolex Datejust 36mm. It's got some bling, it's got some diamonds, but it's something different. If you are more of an adventurer in your, maybe you were really excited and partying a lot in your 20s, maybe your 30s, you want something a little bit more useful. So you got something like this, a Tudor, a nice GMT. Something like that is a little bit more rugged, but it's also refined and built for travel. You have the GMT function. And if you want something minimalist, you can never go wrong with a Cartier Tank or a Nomos Tangente. For me, I have this OP Gold 3131, and I think it's gorgeous. It is very minimalist in style, but it really draws attention to the gentleman who's wearing it. I think it's understated, and it projects elegance with a unique identity. The fourth characteristic, or the fourth kind of avatar that I look at is, are you an investor? Are you somebody who wants to buy something that's going to go up in value in years? To me, that's something, maybe you're looking at a Rolex American or an AP Royal Oak or a Patek Aquanaut. Those are usually higher in value. Maybe at your 20s or your 30s, you're not able to afford something like that. But I do think that if you are looking for prosperity, I would save up and get something like that. These pieces hold value and can even grow in value over time. When it comes to buying tips, I would go and, I would say that to not chase the hype. You have to chase the fit and try different styles. Kind of like a suit, well, one of my passions is dressing nice and wearing nice suits, and that's why we started Taylor Timepieces. You want to see how it fits and how it kind of is cohesive with your lifestyle. And you have to buy it from a trusted source. I mean, especially if you're getting a gift, get the full set, get everything included. Go to somebody that you trust. Don't really cut corners, especially if you're going pre-owned, because these days you don't really know what you're getting. So those are my little tips on how I would buy a gift for someone, especially somebody who just turned 30. Like we just celebrated, as I said, we just celebrated my cousin's 30th this past weekend. And, whether it's your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, I think these are great rules to follow when getting a legacy timepiece. So drop a comment below. What's your dream watch for your birthday, whether that be, again, your 30s or your 40s, whatever birthday it is. Or, better yet, tell me a story about how you picked one. Maybe you've did receive a watch for your birthday, and I'd love to hear that story and what kind of marked that moment for you. Please hit the subscribe and like button when you get a chance, because we are going to be doing more of these videos. And, of course, we'll have everything from watch buying guides to, reviews on watches. And keep in mind that time doesn't stop at 30, doesn't stop at 40. It just keeps getting better. And make sure you mark those moments and you get ready for what's next. Thanks so much for listening. Bye-bye now.